Hey, Bus Monkeys, welcome back. And this week we're painting one of my favorite Marvel characters, is the Punisher. And we're painting this little Punisher figure from Night Models. This figure is no longer available. Night Models had a license to a Marvel game some time ago, and then they went with mostly DC figures and lost the Marvel license. Marvel went to some other company for Marvel Crisis Protocol, but it was a similar game to that. And this is the Punisher model. It's a little bit different than the normal pictures you see online. This arm right here originally was straight out and had a pistol in it, and unfortunately I dropped it and it got sacrificed to the workshop gods and it disappeared. So I took a similar arm that was kind of close to the other one, and from the Gunslinger's kit for Dead Man's Hand, and just some extra bits I had left over. Stuck that on there, and it's not bad. It's a little more casual pose, a little less combative, but in the process of the detail on this thing was so fine. In the process of priming it, we kind of lost the skull, so I'm gonna have to freehand the skull in there. But this should be a fun model to paint. It's not going to take a whole lot of time. It's not going to take a whole lot of colors because he wears all black. I've got Army Painter Dorado skin and flesh wash for his skin. And then I've got glossy black for his hair. I've got Corvus black for his shirt, and Vallejo black gray for his pants. They're kind of the same color. I think the black gray is a little bit darker, but we're going to go with that for the shirt here. I've got Thanos black for his vest here that's going to have the skull on it. And I've got Army Painter color that I got for free, actually, called Cultist Robes from War Games Delivered. That's going to be this harness that he's got with there's a little pouch here and a grenade, and you can see the thing on the back, and this belt. It's pistol. It's like he's wearing Army what's it called, LBE, load bearing equipment. I've got Black Templar contrast paint for his gun and his boots. I'm going to give that a little dry brush on the gun with some Necron compound, but very, very light dry brush, just enough to bring out the details. And then I've got Misty Gray, which is a nice base coat for white that we're going to freehand in his skull, and then matte white to highlight the skull. Then the base is going to be Gravelord Gray, Army Painter Speed Paint with a dry brush of Dawnstone, and then the base band will be Vallejo model colored Neutral Gray, which is kind of, it looks pretty dark on here. I thought it was going to be a replacement for Mechanicus Standard Gray, but it's actually a little closer to Dawnstone. But that's what we're going to use. So, like I said, I think it's going to be a pretty quick little paint. Pretty simple little model. But I think it's going to be fun. So I'm going to go ahead and pause here and get started on his skin tones, and we'll come back and take a look at them. All right, see you soon. Bye. All right, so we got his skin done. He looks pretty good. We also got his hair done. So he's coming along. Up next, we're going to do his shirt and pants in the Corvus black and the black gray, and then we'll go from there. See you soon. Bye. All right, we're back, and you can see I've got his shirt and his pants done. They're looking quite a bit brighter gray on camera than they are in real life, so that's something to think about. I did try to leave the holster that he's got strapped to his leg here and his belt to be painted the Cultist robe, that dark green. I'm going to do his bulletproof vest, his flak vest here next, and then we'll do that Cultist robe over the top of it, and the rest of his equipment. But yeah, he's coming along pretty nicely. I really like how it's turning out so far. Like I said, the true test is going to be doing that skull on the chest. That's going to be free-handed, and that's going to be interesting to do. But yeah, I think it's going to be good. So I'm going to go do his vest in the Thanos black next, and then we'll come back and see how he looks. See you soon. Bye. Okay, finished base coating the vest. The skull is going to be the last thing I do on there. Fortunately, as I was base coating the vest, I don't know if you could see that on camera or not, but the black kind of helped bring out the skull that's molded on there. So that's going to make freehanding it a little bit easier. It's not going to be quite as tedious as I thought it was going to be. All his equipment still being white kind of reminds me of the old Jim Lee Punisher, where he had the white gloves and the white equipment and white boots and all that over the black costume. And I'm kind of tempted to do it that way, but well, I guess it's not Jim Lee. It was oh crap, it was a Jerry Connolly back in the day. But I'm not going to do that. I'm still going to do the cultist robe green on there, and I'm going to darken it with a little bit of Athonian camo shade too, so it's going to look like that really old worn army equipment, because I feel like the Punisher probably would probably use the load-bearing equipment that he was used to from Vietnam, but he wouldn't bother to dye it just so it matches a super suit. But I think it's coming along pretty nicely. So the clothes are still wet. If it looks like his shirt and pants are still wet, it's because I went over and dyed them with the painted them with Nuln Oil. Gave them a coat of Nuln Oil because I wanted them to be darker than they were. They were drying quite a bit lighter gray than I would have liked. And while I wanted that separation between the vest and the shirt and the pants, you know, and between the pants and the boots, I wanted it to be like the comic books, where it's all black. It's just different. I wanted it to look like different blacks, so it looked like different fabrics. And it was coming out kind of a lighter gray than I would have liked. So I gave it a wash in Nuln Oil, and it's darkened it down considerably, so now it's looking a little more like he looks like in the comics. So while that's drying, I'm going to put the Black Templar on the gun and his boots, and then I'm going to take a break and let all that dry, and then we'll come back and dry brush the gun and just dry brush his gun and start looking at his army equipment. I'll see you soon. Bye. Alright, I've made some more progress on our boy here, and he is looking pretty Punisher-y now. Got his gun done with the Black Templar and light dry brush of Necron compound on there. We got the metal parts. Got his boots done. They're looking good. His pants still look wet because the Nuln Oil was gloss. That'll get knocked down when I do the matte seal over the whole thing. I've also got all his load-bearing equipment, his holster and everything, painted with that cultist robe, and that's a nice dark army green. I think it looks really good. I'm going to let that dry, and then I'll hit it with the Athonian camo shade just to darken it down a little bit more and bring out all that detail on there. I think that's going to look really, really fantastic. And then it'll be on to the skull. That's the important part, the whole part that makes him the Punisher, not just some dude with a gun. So, see you soon. Bye. Alright, his load-bearing equipment has been darkened with the Athonian camo shade. So now the only thing left is that skull. So I'm going to go ahead and start freehanding that. I'm going to outline it with the misty gray and then fill it in a little bit, and then go back over it with the matte white to kind of give it a nice bright color. And then the eyes, the nose, and the spaces between the teeth, I'm going to get a really fine brush and go over with the matte black, just to kind of bring that black back out, define those parts. So wish me luck. I don't do a whole lot of freehand stuff, so this will be an interesting little challenge. See you soon. Bye. Alright, so there I've got the basic outline of the skull, and I've gone over it in the white. And now comes the tricky part. I do the rest of the facial features, the eyes and the nose and the teeth in black. And I decided instead of doing the matte black, I'm going to go ahead and I still got the Thanos black of the vest in the on the wet palette, so I'm going to use that instead. And hopefully this will come out okay. So wish me luck. See you soon. Bye. All right, I used a 20-aught brush, and look at that. That actually looks really good. I really like how that turned out. Better than I thought it would, honestly, for freehand. So at this point, for all intents and purposes, he's basically done. I just have his base to do. Y'all have seen me do bases 100 times. I'm not gonna put you through that. Basically, I'm just gonna give it a wash of the Gravelord Gray contrast, well, not contrast paint, the speed paint from Army Painter. It's kind of the equivalent of the Basilica M Gray contrast paint from Citadel. I'm gonna give it a dry brush of Dawnstone and then paint that base band with the Vallejo neutral gray, and I think it's going to come out looking pretty good. So next time you see this guy, he'll be completely done. So I'll see you soon. Bye. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, there he is. I finished Frank Castle, the Punisher from Night Models. Really like how this dude turned out. He looks really good. Very happy with this model. It was a lot of fun to paint. Told you it was going to be a pretty quick, easy little paint because he's mostly in black, but sometimes getting those differentiations in blacks is difficult and can become a fun little challenge. But I like how he turned out. So I'm calling this guy done, and next week we're going on to something else. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys later. Bye. Hey Breast Monkeys, Tom here. If you like what you see, click like down below, and if you want to be notified when new videos get posted, click subscribe. And in the meantime, if you want to support us in any way, check me out on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. We're on all those platforms. If you see a miniature on the site that you want to make one of your own, hit me up on Instagram. I can quote you a price for that. And if you want any Flying Monkey Studios merchandise, like t-shirts, things like that, hit me up on storefrontier.com/flyingmonkeystudios and get all your merch there. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.